Hey there. Welcome to 50 Questions Friday for December 19th at 2025. All right. Welcome to 50 Questions Friday. Hey, Malik. Good to see you here this morning. So, gosh, happy December, everybody. Not really December here. It's more like 50 degrees and man, it's been a windy thing in our part of the world. Hey, Linda from SoCal. All right. So, gosh, not even sure what to talk about or what to do here today, but I'll talk about some new products that we have being released here in this next week. Hey, good morning, Carly. So, anyway, gosh, we are making the big practitioner rings, the healing halos now. So I have Lucas that comes in, my previous shop foreman, my nephew, and he comes in on Fridays and does now in this moment, and he does all the big rings for us. So we do have now available the Alchemist Halo practitioner set of rings. It's a pretty amazing set. I mean, this 25-inch set of rings will expand out to 44 inches across. And we did something new this time in that we stamped the welds so that you can tell the difference between each of the three energetics of rings here. So we have the golden light, we have the wisdom, and the light field. And so I tell you, this set of three rings has been pretty potent. It's that larger set, fits over people easily. But yeah, it's an amazing set of rings. Now they are pricey for a set of rings, but time, energy, materials, I tell you. So yeah, this set is a little spendy, but it's an amazing set of rings. I mean, it's potent. It's the one that we've been using for, just doing the deep clearing. I mean, it's a lot more potent than just the standard 23-inch heavy duty ring. That's for sure. Pretty amazing set. And again, expands out to 44 inches. It can stand in a sphere. So if you look at the website under the Alchemist Halo, it shows that they can be put into a spherical form. Let's see. Thank you for the questions here this morning. What is the frequency of the tensor ring from Kelly Research for the 2XL Beta coil? So the 2XL Beta coil, Linda, the ring that we sell that fits in that 2XL Beta is the size small light bangle. So the size small light bangle, not the extra small. The extra small light bangle is actually the one that fits in the standard Beta case. But it is the size small light bangle that fits in the 2XL. Now, you can just put a single ring in that 2XL Beta coil, but it rattles a little bit. There's space for two rings in there, one on top of the coil, the Beta, and one below. So, I mean, you can order two rings to put into that 2XL Beta coil of that size small light bangle. Basically, when you add a ring, stack rings, it increases the potency by about 23%. And the frequency, the energetic that ring is the light field. Hey, Christine from Oz. Good to see you here today. So yeah, the Alchemist Halo practitioner rings are now available. They're on a limited run. We made 5 sets. So there's still like 4 sets left of these. And If you wait until tonight or tomorrow or Sunday, we're going to have our annual solstice sale, 12% off. And we are including the new Alchemist Halo in that sale. Because when the floor plate's excluded from all the sales, because once we start doing those percentages off on these higher cost items, I mean, like when we do 12% on this, that's going to be at our cost. so but we decided that, yeah, we would like to put these ones in the sale as well. So with the sale, apologies here, dang spam colors. With the sale, these would be $611. Otherwise, these are $695 on retail for the set of 3 rings. So anyway, yeah, annual solstice or equinox sale this weekend. Equinox, solstice. Well, we do a solstice and an equinox sale, but this is our annual winter solstice sale this weekend. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Scotland Yard. Good to see you here. My grandsons love fishing. Is there a ring to attach to fish? That is really a cool question. I am not sure. I would think that that maybe adding a silver infinity onto the line, like right before the lure, might be a good thing. And geez, you might be able to just put a hook with a silver infinity and catch fish. But yeah, the small silver infinity is what I would suggest. To either put on the line before the lure, because it is silver and flashy, and yeah, it definitely produces some energetic that might attract the fish. So yeah, thank you for that question. Never considered it. Like with my fish tanks, I always have rings underneath the fish tanks. Before I set them up, I always place rings everywhere underneath, set rings on top. Hey, morning, Renard. Glad you're here today. So anyway, yep, the Alchemist Halo. So I have another announcement for a new tool. The mini activator. This thing is super rad, the mini activator. So we did shungite with it too, but man, it feels really good on the skin. And energetically, man, this thing is just pulling. I don't know if it's even pulling. It is changing the environment underneath of this. So it is alchemizing, it's clearing, it's harmonizing, it's bringing in more light. So basically, when you run the mini activator over different spots on the body, any different problem areas, issues, it's pretty amazing because you can just feel it going in, doing the work, doing the clearing, and it's just shifting everything. So the mini activators, I'll be pouring these this weekend. And so I most likely will, once I pour them, I've done another time study on these so that we know what the price is for sure. I'll most likely list these this weekend. So keep an eye. And if we do list these, that we will send out an email for these. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get them done this weekend or not. So new activators, the mini activators coming out, as well as we'll get some more of the standard activators that we've been making. And those will be available here next week for sure. And water coasters, bringing the water coasters back. So that's what we're doing today, is we're making rings for the water coasters. We'll do both the size large and the size small. And yeah, those will be available next week as well. So pretty excited about those. The one thing that is getting listed today, well, tonight, so you'll be able to get these on the sale, is these alchemist rings. Now, we have the alchemist pendant with the permanent bail attached, but we finally have enough inventory of the rings that we are offering these rings as singles, or you can get them as a set. You can mix and match and put silver in it if you wish, or do all silver, all copper, however you wish. And you can purchase the individual rings and the lanyard, and you can have the alchemist pendant right there for a much cheaper price that doesn't have the permanent bail attached. So anyway, by tonight, by the time the sale gets going here, we will have the alchemist rings for the alchemist pendant available. Great set of rings, pretty versatile. And again, there is the golden light, the wisdom, and the light field, so you can distinguish between the energetics. But again, they all work well, very well together. So, hey, good evening, Gail in South Africa. Glad you're here today. And hey, Connie. So anyway, alchemist rings will be available here this weekend. And let's see what else. Yeah, besides activators and the water coasters, we might actually list the mini floor plate pretty soon as well. So just finishing up a floor plate for an order here over the weekend, well, today, and then it's curing over the weekend. And I did another small floor plate as well. So we may have those mini floor plates coming available pretty soon as well. And they're just a beautiful, beautiful piece. Hey, Dr. Dream, Grand Rising. Good to see you here. So anyway, unless anybody has any questions on the tools or the energies. So again, the new energies are truly the most potent when you can just stop and feel into it. You made yourself a micro activator. That's rad, Renard. Yep. So on this activator, we have that set of alchemist rings that we're just releasing. And then there is it used to be the highest potentials generator. It's changed the energetics on it, but it's still that same form. That's what we're using for the generator. So it's, what is it, about 1.5 inch generator. And then we're using the quantum heart coil in the center. So that way we're getting a good mix of energies on these. But again, man, they're pretty amazing to just hold on the body. And then plus they're producing a great field too in the field. My girlfriend Heather and I have been playing with these, and it's been pretty amazing because, you can run that back end to just clear, and you can run the pointy end, and it just kind of disrupts the energies. It gets things flowing and moving. And especially if you add a beta coil to this thing and then put it on for the pointy side, man, it is intense. But usually, I was always guided to just run the flat side first, do most of the work. And if there's something that just wasn't moving, then I would flip it around and use the pointy side just to get the energies moving. So anyway, yeah, the mini activators, I would have never guessed that use on these because I saw them more as an environmental tool. But very much so, they are a tool for the body as well. Thanks for the feedback here, Heather. The mini activator has profound clearing. My mom's 84 and it cleared her knee pain. Yeah, I just gifted my mom one here this morning as well. I did this first prototype run, and then we'll make the real ones here over the weekend. But there's a few of us that have these, and yeah, they're pretty profound. So Anyway, yeah, look for the mini activator. My guess probably is going to be early next week before these become available. Um, just because I'm not sure if they'll get poured this weekend. But for sure, the Alchemist rings will be available. Possibly the mini floor plate, which again, we don't have those ones on sale, but it still might be available this weekend. Um, and then, of course, the Practitioner Alchemist Halo rings will be on sale. So look for an email for the solstice, or yeah, solstice. I keep wanting to say equinox for the solstice sale. We'll send out an email probably here this evening. And I'm guessing as soon as you get the email that there will be the automatic discounts already being applied on the store. So I'd even check this evening. Otherwise, for sure, tomorrow and Sunday until midnight, we will be having the solstice sale. So, and if nobody has any questions, I might just get back to work for a little bit and go to the hot springs today. Oh my goodness. Yep. It's nice having hot springs locally. Do that and get back to work again. Hey, Laura. After wearing the Quantum Heart Coil pendant for 2 days, I seen a distortion of light waves in my right eye out of the corner of my eye for a few minutes. Is this normal? Yes, I tell you what, you step into the new normal when you start to step into these fields that help you to expand your awareness, your senses, your sight, your feel. Um, as you bring in more of your light, your awareness, it opens you up to being able to perceive the world that is always truly, really right there. I mean, all your lifetimes are right there. They're not in the past or the future. They're all right there. Everything is right here. And so when you start to see those things in your eyes, yeah, you are just simply becoming more aware of what is always there. So yeah, I could walk us into a space here this morning for sure. Let's see. Hi, I make loads of different rings and watch your videos for more inspiration. I work with calling upon an archangel in my spirit imprint. Have you got any etheric template? Have you got any advice? Oh, yeah, totally just being in the heart for sure. I couldn't tell you about the etheric templates because it was something that the aspect of me as the master builder who's been around for eons. The master builder aspect of me is what created my etheric templates. And like I say, I've only met two other beings on the planet who carry etheric templates, but they don't recognize or utilize theirs. And so as far as working with etheric templates, I have no advice on creating your own. Though with our etheric templates, you do have a one-way connection that you can draw from them. You just simply go into the heart, connect as you're twisting the wire. You can speak with the guardian of the etheric templates or of me, and we'll have access to them to bring them into the wire. And what comes in is really going to be determined by you and the space you hold, your presence, everything else will determine what comes through those templates. But otherwise, yeah, what I did for years was I did just exactly what you're doing. You go into the heart, you call in all that you are, you call in, yep, any of your archangelic assistants, those that can help hold space, and you twist the wire. So yeah, the only advice I have is just being in the heart space when you are creating. And and for me, I do have some advice because every time that I would try to create a new ring, like let's say, oh, I wanted to do this and be this and hold this space, it would never, only one time out of probably 100, did it ever align with what it was that I, as the human, wanted and what was created. And so, truly, when you're creating anything, it's really about being in the heart, getting rid of all your projections and limited scope, your limited projections of what you want it to be. Let go of all of that. Be in the heart, allow the flow through, and this is creation of anything. Let it flow through, and then experience what was created. Again, that's with anything. Some good advice there, Renard. Yep. Yeah, that's some great advice, Renard. Since wearing my alchemist pendant, I found myself responding and no longer reacting. It's a transformative tool. Yeah, I tell you, the alchemist pendant really is amazing. And yeah, you said it really well there, Heather, that you find yourself responding versus reacting. And that's, God, that is huge. That is huge. Yeah. Awesome. I was just replying here to Nord YouTube J. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I suppose we could do a meditation. Go into a space. Yeah, let's just go into a space and all right, let's just see what happens. All right. So closing your eyes if you wish, going into the heart space, taking in that deep breath and just settling into the heart. If you wish, you can take that breath from the earth up into the heart and the breath from creation into the heart. And that third breath of the Trinity breath of bringing them both together within you. So you're grounded, connected, and in the heart space. Apologies, I never shut off my ringer. So truly the way that I go into the heart space anymore is just closing the eyes, taking a breath, and breathing in all that I am. It's not really a connection with the earth as much. It is very much a part of it because it is a part of everything. So again, for the new way, instead of grounding into the earth, it's grounding into your light and just being in the heart, soft, open, taking a breath, breathing in all that you are. Within that is you as the master, you as all the lifetimes healed, the lifetimes unhealed. It is the soul. It is all of your aspects, all of your energy. So as you allow that to come into you in this present moment, presence, also invite in all the wounded parts, all the dark parts, all the lost parts, the parts of you that have been shunned or pushed away, not recognized, not loved, not accepted. Allowing in all that you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the beyond any of that. This is a space of wholeness and completion, because you may be inviting in the parts of you that are not whole and complete, but yet as they come in, they're in their completion. That's what the new wisdom energetics is about. It's about holding the space for you in your completion. Everything healed, all brought to wisdom. Beautiful, deep breaths there. Because as you recognize that, as you bring all of those things in and you stand in completion, in wisdom, so many of the things that are out there are now brought to wisdom. The old traumas, the old everythings, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, brought to wisdom. In what is wisdom? It is new energy. It's a big thing right now, being in that space with you as the master, you as the wisdom of the lifetimes. And that is new energy. That allows us to create things beyond the potentials that we came here to create with. Your soul holds all potentials of all lifetimes and experiences. But with new energy, it opens up. It allows us to experience things that were not already in the soul to experience. That is new energy. And it is simply there because it is time to bring the lifetimes and experiences to wisdom. So just step into this space as often as you can, every day, every morning, every night. Anytime you find yourself entangled, just simply take a breath. And that's it. Awesome. Hey, thanks, Rini. Yeah, I'm allowing my body to change. Haven't done anything different. Yeah, you're very welcome. Connie, the shorter silver chain. We do have some 20-inch chains, Connie. So if you order anything, you can suggest, you can request a 20-inch chain. We're not selling them, and I don't know if we will offer them on the website, but we got a few 20-inch chains if you're interested. Yeah, it's an amazing space to be in because it takes you out of all the chaos and turmoil, which is nothing more than change. It's a beautiful thing, the chaos. It is change. It's not really chaos. And the more that you can be in this space and at the same time look at the chaos, bring it in to that sacred space. and it harmonizes it. And that's the thing. When you can stand there in that space in your light, that's what you would call being in your power. It's you untouchable. It is all that you are. You can invite in those parts and pieces that are distorted, that are dark. And that includes your perceptions of things. Because you're untouchable. When you are whole, when you are in your oneness with self, and even when you're not, you cannot give away your field, your energy. Nothing can be taken. You may experience some disorientation if you're diving into the chaos, but if you stand here and you bring it to you, then you're untouchable. You're not diving into something. You are staying here and you are allowing it to come in. So it's a huge way it is a potent way to transform everything in your day. All right. Well, much love all. Happy solstice. Heck yeah. Moving on to some more sunshine here in the northern half. All right. Take care, everybody. See you next time.